Are you looking to boost your trophy count without the fear of pulling out your hair over incredibly difficult games? Well, you're in luck. Today, we're diving into 8 amazing games that don't just deliver a great time, they also hand you a new shiny platinum trophy with ease. Do note though, none of the games I mentioned have a difficulty platinum rating over 4. That doesn't necessarily mean you can pop them super quickly though. Which leads right into game number 1, Grand Theft Auto V, an open world action adventure game set in the sprawling satirical recreation of Southern California, known as Los Santos, and its surrounding countryside, Blaine County. The story follows 3 very different criminals: Michael, a retired bank robber now living in a luxury under witness protection; Franklin, a young street hustler trying to rise above the gang life; and finally, the crazy Trevor, a violent and unpredictable drug dealer with a chaotic past. Their lives become intertwined as they plan and execute a series of increasingly dangerous heists while dealing with betrayal, corrupt government agents, and personal demons. Each character has unique skills and perspectives, and the player can switch between them at will. Combining intense action, dark humour, and a massive dynamic open world, GTA 5 explores themes of ambition, crime, and an American dream gone wrong, all with of course Rockstar's signature satirical edge. And as for the trophies, I'll have you collecting many collectibles, achieving 100% in the single player, and even going into the multiplayer, having you reach level 100. This one's going to take a while, probably around 150 hours. Doing so will bag you an ultra rare platinum. And game number 2 is The Last of Us, a post-apocalyptic action-adventure game set 20 years after a devastating fungal outbreak has ravaged the world, turning most of humanity into aggressive zombie-like creatures called Infected. You play as Joel, a hardened smuggler haunted by a personal tragedy, who is tasked with escorting Ellie, a 14-year-old girl who may hold the key to curing the infection across a dangerous and broken America. Along the way, the pair form a deep bond as they face brutal survivors, deadly creatures, and the harsh reality that the world has gone to waste. It's a powerful story about love, loss, survival, and what people are willing to do when hope is all that's left. To snag this platinum, you're going to be completing the game, making sure not to miss any of the collectibles. After completing the game for the first time, you'll then have to jump in a second time in New Game Plus to continue grabbing all of the upgrades and completing the game on Survivor Plus mode. Depending on which version of The Last of Us you play as well, you might even need to jump into the multiplayer, which adds quite a lot of time onto the platinum. Again, depending on which version you play, this thing could take 40 hours to platinum and maybe half that without the multiplayer. Regardless of which version you choose though, you're in for a treat. Moving into game number 3 is Split Fiction, a relatively new game. It's an action-adventure, cooperative multiplayer-only game. It follows authors Mio and Zoe after they become imprisoned in the world of their stories, where they are connected to a machine designed to steal creative ideas. The game will have you jumping, climbing, and doing a whole host of crazy things, including playing as a pig, with the game flipping between 2 different genres. You've got one author, she's into the futuristic sci-fi stuff, and then you've got the other author who's into the more magical stuff. Think Harry Potter or something. These worlds are collided, and it's your task to try and get the hell out of this machine. And as for the platinum, it's only a 2 out of 10 difficulty, so super easy, and also very short, requiring only about 14 hours. So for the most part, just pick your best friend, whoever it may be, family member, and just enjoy the game, as none of the trophies are missable, and anything you do play through and miss, you can just simply go back to that level and easily pick them up. For game number 4, we'll be diving into the critically acclaimed Celeste. It follows the story of Madeline, a young woman determined to climb the mysterious and treacherous Celeste Mountain. But this is more than just a physical journey. It's a deeper personal struggle with anxiety, self-doubt, and depression. As players guide Madeline through the mountain's increasingly difficult terrain, they'll also explore the emotional landscape of her inner world. Along the way, she encounters strange characters, including a dark manifestation of herself that challenges her both mentally and physically. With brilliant platforming mechanics, a beautiful pixel art style, and a hauntingly emotional soundtrack, Celeste delivers an unforgettable experience. Its story about perseverance, self-acceptance, and the courage it takes to face your inner demons, one difficult step at a time. For the Platinum, you'll be exploring this beautiful world, going through all 8 of the chapters while hopefully obtaining all of the collectibles and crystal hearts in every chapter. And doing all that only takes about 15 hours. This game, however, is quite interesting because it's a 2 out of 10 difficulty, but only if you enable a certain mode. If you play it without this mode included, it could be a 9 out of 10 difficulty, or maybe even a 10 out of 10. So if you want to breeze through this, which I'd imagine if you're watching this video you do, make sure you enable assist mode. Otherwise, it might turn out to be quite difficult. For game number 5, we'll be going for a swim with Dave the Diver, a charming genre-bending indie game that combines deep-sea exploration, resource management, and restaurant simulation, all wrapped in a quirky story-driven package. You play as Dave, who'd have thought, a friendly, slightly out-of-shape diver roped into an unusual business venture. Your goal? Explore the mysterious blue hole, an ever-changing underwater ecosystem filled with exotic fish, ancient secrets, and hidden dangers, and then use your catch that you find down there to run a sushi restaurant at night, alongside a cranky but brilliant chef named Bancho. What starts as a simple job quickly unravels into something much bigger as Dave dives deeper and discovers clues of a long-lost underwater civilization. By day, you'll be diving into the blue hole to catch fish, collect resources, and upgrade your gear, using harpoons, nets, tranquilizers, and more to deal with a wide range of sea creatures. Some peaceful, some not. By night, you'll be managing your sushi restaurant, serving dishes, handling customers, upgrading the menu, and keeping up with the high demand of social media trends. It's fast-paced, fun, and surprisingly deep. You're never really too sure what the game's going to throw at you, but with a difficulty of only 3 out of 10, it's pretty relaxing and it'll take you around 40 hours to get. And moving into game number 6 is Tales from the Borderlands, a narrative-driven adventure game set in the chaotic world of Borderlands. Developed by Telltale Games, meaning you probably know what this is going to consist of. Unlike the main series, which is a looter-shooter gameplay, this title focuses on storytelling and choice-based gameplay, along with some dark humour. The story will follow 2 main protagonists. Reese, a low-level corporate worker at the corrupt Hyperion Corporation who dreams of climbing the ranks, and Fiona, a clever con artist from the planet Pandora just trying to survive. This game is an absolute blast from start to finish. With a difficulty rating of only 2, basically no missable trophies, this thing's only going to take about 12 hours to complete and earn yourself another shiny platinum. For game 7, we'll be jumping into Tekken 7, the iconic fighting game series. In the story, you'll be continuing the intense battle between a dad and his son who just want to rip each other apart basically, and we're all for it. For the platinum, it's only going to take about 10 hours with a difficulty of 3. We're going to be playing through the story mode and all of the character episodes. Once the story's done, you'll be jumping into the treasure battles and continuing to rank up, since you'll have to reach the rank of warrior, then jump into the online. Thankfully though, you only really need to win 1 fight, well, 1 player match online and 1 ranked match, and an online tournament, but it's really not too bad. And that's coming from someone who is absolutely terrible at fighting games. And finally, game number 8, we're going to be diving into the Stanley Parable. It's a first-person exploration game that subverts traditional storytelling and gameplay mechanics, offering players an interactive experience that explores choice, free will, and the nature of video game narratives. You play as Stanley, an office worker whose mundane life consists of pressing buttons in a faceless corporation, until one day he realises that everyone in his office is mysteriously vanished. So you'll venture through the eerie, empty building, guided by a narrator you can't even see, and he tries to control your every move. But you don't have to listen to him. But every decision you make, he'll react to it in different ways, offering some very interesting commentary. Every decision you make, though, leads to a very different outcome. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's unsettling. Either way, you're probably going to have one hell of a time playing this game. But not only is the game super interesting and unique, so is the trophy list. It only comes with 12 trophies and it's only going to take about 28 hours. The difficulty is a 2 out of 10, But for this one, you're going to have to finish the game while obeying the narrator. You're going to have to get collectibles, do a speed run, which does sound difficult, but it won't be. And other fun stuff along the way, which I won't spoil. And there you have it. 8 amazing games that not only offer up fantastic gaming experiences, but also hand you that sweet platinum trophy with minimal stress. Whether you're in it for the trophies, or just looking for a quick fun game to dive into, these picks have you covered. If you found something new to add to your gaming backlog, hit the like button, subscribe for more awesome recommendations, and drop a comment telling me which game you're most excited to play, or maybe share your favourite easy platinum. Thanks for watching and happy trophy hunting. See you in the next one, legends.